On this episode of The Commercial Break. The next episode of The Commercial Break starts now.
2:30 in the morning! Oh, yeah, cats and kittens. Welcome back to The Commercial Break. I'm Bryan Green. This is my dear friend and the co-host of this show, Krissy and Joy Hoadley. Best to you, Krissy.
Best to you, Bryan.
Best to you out there in the podcast and streaming audience. Thanks for joining us. A day late and dollar short, as they say. That's okay. That's okay. I was at a wedding over the weekend, so I took me a second to get back into the swing of things. You know how it goes. I had drinks for the first time in a long time.
Good. A little champagne, a little
gin and tonic.
Okay.
A little G&T. A little G&T, a little TNT, if you will. A Tanqueray and tonic. Let's take a little TNT.
Yes.
Which immediately made me sleepy, gave me a headache, and reminded me of why I don't do much drinking anymore.
Your body was like, no.
Yeah, no. And yeah, when you go so long without doing something, it's going to take you a minute to get back up to speed. But that is not a race I'm looking to run right now, at least.
No.
I got those 3 kids running around, but they were lovely at the wedding. They did
I
so
saw
good.
The picture was so cute.
I know.
Everyone
Everyone just telling us how lovely and well behaved they are, and Astrid and I looking at each other like, which children are they referring to? But they're all drunk. They were all not the kids,
right?
The people. So they were all drunk, and so I figured, well, you know, they look well behaved from those rosy-colored glasses you're wearing. Yeah, but they were dancing on the dance floor. They had a great time. This was a knockout weekend for the kids. For Astrid and I, it was a lot of work because, you know, you got the rehearsal dinner, the wedding. Everyone's got to get ready. And it happened to be one of the more beautiful weekends that I've ever been in Florida. I mean, and what I mean by that is temperature-wise, it was like 72, 73 degrees. Sun is shining, so it's warm. Pool is heated.
Oh, perfect.
And it's shallow, so it's on no deeper than 3.5 feet, and it's huge. So you can just let the kids go in there and swim. And so that's what we did. When we got there on Friday night, we immediately went to the hotel room and went to bed. Everyone was downstairs in the lobby drinking. And Astrid and I looked at each other. We're like, no, that happened. These kids need to go to bed.
Yeah, let's start off on the right foot.
Yeah, we rolled in about 10 o'clock. It was a little late. And the kids were getting way wound up. They hadn't slept at all in the car. So I was like, let's get them some food and then let's get to bed, which is what we did. Woke up early the next day and said, let's hit the pool. Let's go down there and grab some chairs before, they get taken. Very busy weekend on the island, spring break. Big car show down there that they do every year. Krissy does this big car antique car auction.
I was gonna say old cars.
Yeah, it's live on TV. It's the whole 9 yards. It's thousands.
Some of those cars are really cool.
They were driving around the beach. A lot of traffic on the island, but they were driving around the beach all weekend or being towed by golf carts because some of them don't even run.
Oh, okay.
We saw like an old experimental racing car, the kind that would drive on the salt flats with the jet engines on the back, being towed around the island. Actually, we saw it. We were stuck behind it trying to get some fucking breakfast. It took us only 6.5 hours because we had to go the speed of a slow golf cart. But it was cool looking at the car for a minute, and then I got frustrated. Started yelling at the car. Anyway, we get up, we go down, we have breakfast, we get back to the hotel, we run down to the pool and grab primo chairs, and everyone's having a good time. This is about like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Nice.
Everyone's
That's a
having
great
good
time to get out there with the kids.
But it had rained the night before, and there was a deep, like heavy fog sitting on the ocean, and we're right next to the ocean, so it was foggy, right? And so we didn't think much of it. And by the time we got lunch, which was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I looked at one of my kids, and I was like, oh shit, Astrid, did we put sunscreen on the kids?
No.
And she's like, I did not. And this is like so unlike Astrid to do. Astrid always remembers this stuff. We just didn't think about it. And then I look at my other kid, and they have like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer cheeks. And then I look at my third youngest child, and she looks like she is in distress. It looks like an emergency. That's what it looks like. And so I'm like, okay, kids, wrap it up. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Roll it up.
She's like, well, we'll just put some sunscreen on them. I'm like, it's too late now, hon. The damage is done. We better go. And they're going to be fried. They've been swimming in a pool for 3 fucking hours. Now they're sunburned. Now we've eaten. They're going to be fried. And we got a rehearsal dinner tonight in like 3 hours. We got to get them upstairs and magically to bed somehow, some way.
A good nap.
Yeah. So we did. Magically got them to bed with melatonin.
Exactly.
So everyone took a nap. That felt good. But I think they would have gone to sleep anyway. They were just wasted.
That sun time tiredness.
Think about when you were a kid and you're running around the beach, the pool, and it's sunny, and it's 1989 and no one knows what sunscreen is, and you're sun-kissed and fried and burnt, and all it takes is just a couple of wonderful hours in the sun, and you're ready to sleep the day away and wake up with the covers stuck to your skin. That's how it goes.
And the nice cool air conditioning and like a fan maybe blowing.
And one sheet over you and manage to get stuck because now you're sweating profusely because your body is desperately sounding an alarm that you've had a 4th-degree burn. So I woke up to go to the rehearsal, and I started smattering lotion all over the children, giving them Advil. I'm like, okay, kids, this is what's called a sunburn. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun, kids. But they did great. And then rinse and repeat the next day. We remembered to put on sunscreen the next day, but they were great. Everyone was wonderful. It's like a high school reunion. My twin brother got married. He's got a lot of friends still from high school.
That's what you were saying.
And credit to him having these friends for all of these years. And when I see them, they are my friends also. I don't keep up with them like Kevin does, but it's no time is lost when we're together. Like we jump right back into it. They're all lovely people. And Kevin asked me if I would give a toast at the rehearsal dinner. And so I thought about it long and hard. And I was like, I could go one of two directions here. I could go one of three directions. I could just riff off the cuff, see what vibe the room and riff off the cuff. This is what I do.
I was gonna say you're good at that.
I can make it an episode of the commercial break, essentially. Throw in a few punches, make a couple funnies, and then see if I can jerk a tear out of Kevin, something like that. Number two is I could write something so I keep it under control, right? So that it's so that I have a framework to go. Or number three, I could just give a really short wedding toast. Cheers to the bride and the groom. Congratulations on being, on loving, whatever. You know how it goes. So I went road two. I said, hey, I'm going to write something. And
I'll put it outline.
Yes. And it became a personal challenge of mine to write a toast over the preceding, 4 weeks before the wedding. It became a personal challenge of mine. I was going to take it as an affront if I didn't make Kevin cry.
Oh,
if I didn't make him laugh,
tears.
And if I didn't make him cry, I was going for laughter. I was going for tears, and wabam,
did you deliver?
I did. I also delivered on my own tears too. So, there you go. I didn't think I'd get so emotional, but I did. I started reading it, and I'm like, oh, this might be true. All this stuff I wrote, it might be true. Good,
Good job. Good job.
I told the crowd, I said, hey, listen, asking me to give a speech or a toast is a dangerous proposition for someone who has a twin, because we have known each other every breath of our life.
Right.
And there's 3 buckets of stories. One, I'm not going to tell for legal reasons. I don't want to get anybody in trouble.
Exactly.
Number 2, the other bucket is stories I probably shouldn't tell right now in this room with this crowd because I do want Kevin's future wife to say yes tomorrow. Keep those to myself. And then and then there's number 3, which is like just inside jokes between Kevin and I that no one else would get. So why tell those? But anyway, I dabbled a little bit of this and a little bit of that in there. And that was fun. And Astrid was so supportive and encouraging. She's like, you got to do this speech, because at the night before, a couple nights before, I was like, I don't know if I should do this whole thing. Like it's 4 pages long. It's a lot. She's like, you got to do it, Bryan. You have to do it. It's really good. Like, okay. And she was so supportive and encouraging. And I was so excited to have her hear me do the speech. So the guy the Reverend, they call him Rev Kev, which he wasn't really the Reverend.
Kev.
He was more like the guy who got the internet certification.
Of course.
But he does this. It's not like just for Kevin. He does this for other people too.
So is he like a friend too of Kevin's?
Yeah, friend of Kevin's.
Yeah.
And nice guy, super nice guy. And he kind of held court for the weekend. His job was to like manage everything, right? Guide the way. So at the rehearsal dinner, which is only like 40 people, maybe 30, 40 people. It was relatively small for a rehearsal dinner. Big, long table. So he gets up and he says, hey, listen, at these kind of things, people do like to get up and give a toast. And a lot of people are too shy. And so people don't want to, and this is not their thing. But you'll kick yourself in the butt if you don't say something. So I'm going to hand it over. I'll start it off by handing it to Kevin's twin brother, Bryan. I know he'll say something.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, here's my moment. And I'm so excited to have Astrid watch me do this little speech that I've been wringing my hands about for a couple of days. And the second that Rev Kev says, I'll hand it over to Bryan, my youngest goes, pee-pee, pee-pee.
Of course.
And Astrid is like, God damn it. What am I going to do? There are only kids at the table.
Yeah.
Am I going to go, hey, Rev Kev, can we take a pause for 5 minutes while we do pee-pee poo-poo break? I'm on the clock now. What do I do?
I know.
And I have notes, but they're all the way in the coat in the next room. So I got to go run and get those. I'm trying to buy time to get Astrid.
Yeah.
It didn't work. I had to start. I couldn't filibuster for too long. I'd sound like an idiot. So I think she heard about half of it.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And then that kicked off. Everybody else stood up and said something. And those are interesting. I think the most interesting thing about American weddings is that people do get up and say something.
Yeah.
If not at the wedding, at the rehearsal dinner. Because some people are really good at it. Some people are really embarrassed by it. Some people love it. Some people hate it. And some people are just really terrible public speakers.
Oh, yeah.
But they think otherwise. Do you know what I'm saying? They go on forever.
They think they're good.
Yeah, they think they're good. Oh, hey, everybody in the chat. Sorry, I just saw the chat. Yeah, and so I'm not going to name names or anything like that, but everyone gave a toast that was at least had one foot on the ground. It was meaningful in some way.
How many people gave toasts?
Everybody gave a toast.
Okay.
Well, not everybody.
Like 20
7.
people?
No,
no,
I would say 7.
Okay.
7 of us got up there.
Uh-huh.
Let's see, my dad and my stepmom got up. My dad spoke. My stepmom was standing next to him.
Oh, good.
The bride's father, best men or groomsmen of all sorts and sizes, and then a couple of the girls that were with Carrie Ann, who was the bride. So it was lengthy. It was about an hour worth of speeches. But it's fun. It's fun when you don't know.
Yeah, and to hear the different little stories and anecdotes and emotionalness of people and the heartfelt.
The heartfeltness. That's right. So then, very busy weekend on the island. We're staying at a place called the Amelia Island Plantation. And I know that word is very out of vogue. I'm just telling you what it's called. The Omni Amelia Island Plantation. And anybody who's been down there knows this is a huge resort with houses and condos and hotel. And
I've seen that before.
Restaurant, retail, all this whole 9 yards. And so we go to the bar that's on the property, one of the bars that's on the property. And they have rented the upstairs of this bar because the downstairs is completely packed. There's like an hour wait to get in the place because there's thousands of people on the island,
Yeah.
an island that's not used to seeing thousands of people for this car show and other weddings and all the other stuff. So there's this upstairs bar. You have to like sneak up these stairs up the back, and the upstairs bar is the size of this studio. And there's 70 people that are coming, 80 people.
Oh, God.
And the people at the restaurant thought it was happening at 8, and we were told 7:30. So everyone showed up a half an hour before they were even ready to have us. And the room filled quickly, and I've got my small children with me.
Oh, God.
And I'm telling you what, I do agree that they handled themselves very well, especially as the louder it got, the more drunk people got, and the more kind of surly the situation got. My kids, they're going to be great alcoholics. They just fit right in. I mean, they're going to be perfect. They're going to be perfect Irish. They have that Venezuelan.
They're perfect for parties.
They're perfect for parties. They fit right in. They knew what to do. They were dancing and talking. I saw my son holding court with somebody. I was like, "Who's he talking to?"
I love it.
Is that my old high school friend? Is that the guy I first smoked dope with? And my son's like, "So tell me about my dad."
Yeah, exactly.
He's smoking cigarettes outside. My daughter found a friend. One of my brothers is dating a lovely, lovely woman, and my daughter, one of my daughters, who's like a prince. She's 21 years old. She's
Yes, she is.
Yeah, she's an Instagram influencer,
Yes.
and I don't mean this
yeah.
real. She doesn't have an actual Instagram,
No,
but if she did, she would be an influencer. That's what she's doing. She's taking pictures like this, and like this, and like this, and the whole 9 yards. So she's doing this whole number. So she found another, princess female besides her mom, the princess female who's, she's over there holding court. And then my smallest one, she's drunk. She's knocking into walls.
Yes,
She's unplugging
she's running
stuff.
around.
Yeah, she's doing shit. It was fun to be there and watch the wedding through their eyes, right?
Yeah.
And that's, I guess every parent will understand this. That's kind of what happens, is that they consume a lot of your time and a lot of your perspective. It's hard to shake that perspective when they're in the room. So it just became about watching them maneuver through this world. Yeah. And I was really glad that, no one got
Well, they've
hurt.
got a lot of practice, right? Because they do. There's been a lot of Venezuelan parties that they've been a part of.
True. This is true. And Astrid was saying that too. They,
Yeah.
they have been to a number of these. I'm so surprised that my kids are at this rehearsal dinner and a sit down wedding and this whole 9 yards, and they're actually behaving themselves.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I think this is like the first. And she's like, Brian, we've done this a ton of
Well,
times with the
right. They
Venezuelans.
know.
And I'm
They
like,
know what to
yeah,
do.
that's true. They know what to do. They know they know that they know, and they don't want to be on my bad side. I think is really what it is. They don't want to make daddy mad.
Or mommy.
Or mommy
You
mad.
know?
For sure. We had the 7th floor overlooking the beach, which is really the 8th or 9th
nice.
floor once you add in the basement, the lobby. There's a balcony on every room overlooking the ocean. Beautiful place. And you got to watch the kids when you got a balcony like that, right?
Sure.
And Astrid's terrified that the balcony is like a breakaway fake balcony. I don't know what she's so paranoid about. Like, they clearly couldn't fit in between the posts. But I think she has this
Just a fear.
Yeah, she just has
Of
like motherly
course.
fear.
No,
That
yeah.
she says every time I look at this balcony, at any of these balconies, like
Mhm.
going into the room or out the back of the room, it just makes me nervous that it's just going to break and one of the kids are going to fall. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll keep an eye on them. So they're out there eating. I set up lunch for them out there, and I'm like, look at the
Aw.
ocean and blah 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 blah. And then I turn. I walk inside just for 1 second to grab something, and I turn, and my youngest,
Oh,
who is
God,
a
poor.
hellcat,
She is.
is taking French fries and throwing them over the balcony. And there's a walkway down below, and there are people walking. And she's just like throwing them
And
over.
laughing.
Yes, and laughing.
I'm sure.
She
Yeah.
was, and I'm like, "What are you doing? Stop that!" But you got to be careful, because when you tell her to stop it, she takes that as a challenge to continue to do something.
Yeah.
She's going to be trouble.
There could have been a whole seagull swarm too.
When we were
with it.
eating
Yeah.
at the pool, those fucking seagulls, they stand on business.
Mhm.
They don't give a shit.
Nope. They're used to people.
It used to be. We have been to this place a million times. Astrid and I have. We have been to we have been on the plantation, to the plantation a million billion times. I've been going there for 30 years, to Amelia Island and to this particular place.
Mhm.
And it used to be that they would if you order something by the pool, the waiters would bring you something on a plate, like most human beings eat food on a plate, burger, fries, whatever. They bring it to you on a plate. Then they started bringing it with a little cover on top of it. Okay, like a dining,
right?
A hotel,
the bell-shaped thing.
The bell-shaped thing. Okay, you got it. Now they have these blue containers, like hard plastic containers that they bring the food in covered, and then you lift it up, you eat your food, you put the thing back on. Because if you leave it undone for 1 second, it doesn't matter if you're sitting right there with the thing in between your legs. Those seagulls are like, and one of them came down and tried to grab a French fry, and it sent my daughter into a holy shit tizzy.
Oh, God.
She was like, Dad, the birds are attacking. She like jumps in the pool sideways. I'm like, honey, it's just a bird. And then I jumped in the pool sideways because I was like, that thing is
coming
big.
at us.
It is big. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't give a shit, those birds. Isn't there like some kind of something they can give those birds?
Well, I told you about the time when we were in Costa Rica and they told us at our hotel, please be sure and keep that sliding door locked.
Yeah.
Things will come in. Sure enough, while we were out having dinner, we came back in. The raccoons had come in,
eating your food.
Opened the door, the sliding glass door. We hadn't locked it. It was our first time. I guess we thought we'd locked it, but we didn't. Had opened it up, got into the mini fridge thing, like where there was all the treats and things, got the food out and left.
And standing on business.
It was crazy.
Did they charge you?
No. So we called the people and they were like, oh God, this happened so much. So much. So now they refilled everything. But I had like a little birthday cake that they had given me. And they kind of took a swipe of that too.
Animales.
Gosh,
I'll tell you what,
those
that
animales.
I
mean, I guess it's just survival.
It is. Hey, listen,
where
what
there's
are you going to do? Where there's food, there will be animals.
Yep.
All right, let's take a short break and we'll be back.
Hey, it's Rachel, your new voice of God here on TCB. And just like you, I'm wondering just how much longer this podcast can continue. Let's all rejoice that another episode has made it to your ears, and I'll rejoice that my check is in the mail. Speaking of mail, get your free TCB sticker in the mail by going to tcbpodcast.com and visiting the Contact Us page. You can also find the entire Commercial Break library, audio and video, just in case you want to look at Krissy, at tcbpodcast.com. Want your voice to be on an episode of the show? Leave us a message at 212-433-3TCB. That's 212-433-3822. Tell us how much you love us, and we'll be sure to let the world know on a future episode. Or you could make fun of us. That'd be fine too. We might not air that, but maybe. Oh, and if you're shy, that's okay. Just send a text. We'll respond. Now I'm going to go check the mailbox for payment while you check out our sponsors, and then we'll return to this episode of The Commercial Break.
Just a guy who rants, not funny at all. The co-host is asleep, she's pretty dull. People like the show, why are they on the charts? What's the fuck they're talking about? I should have understood the stats. TCB is terrible, this show is fucking bad. I'd like to punch Bryan in the mouth, this podcast is kinda sad. Is this what we think is funny now? How do I turn it off? My ears are saying ow. Stop laughing at yourself. Are these two making sense? At least I didn't pay. I am deaf in my defense. TCB is terrible. That is being kind. Both the hosts are idiots. They left the funny behind. What is this show about? It's offensive to my soul. Bryan is a hack. These two are unfunny and so old. Why all the hype? How did this get made? So many episodes, none of which are great. TCB is terrible. Worst show you could do. TCB is terrible. Worst to
So catchy.
Go girls. Go pretend girls. Go pretend girls. Get it. All right. TCB is terrible. I agree with you. I was watching the interwebs about all the comedy podcasts. There is now a comedy podcast mainly done on video that is here to break down and bash other comedy podcasts.
Oh, that's nice.
I forgot what it's called. Something about something, but it's really well done actually, and it mainly takes aim at the big named manosphere podcasts. Rogan, all those boys. Rogan, Bert, on and on and on. And the guy was doing, I wish I could remember the name. Podcast Cringe is the name of the channel if you want to go check it out on YouTube. And I don't want to give him too much noise because I don't want him to do one about us.
Right. I was going to say, did we make it?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we have enough clout to make one. I don't think
flying right under the radar.
We don't matter enough. Yeah, we're flying right under the radar, and that's the way I choose to keep it. So he was doing one about Mark Norman's podcast, and Sam Morrill, who we've had on our show before. Sam Morrill. And I liked him very much. Thought he was very great.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they're, a couple comedy podcasters and a couple of stand-up comedians, and they've been doing this for a long time. They also own Bodega Cat, which is a whiskey brand that they're very proud of. And they had on Gary Vaynerchuk, is another guy that I interviewed the day that Charlie Kirk was unalived, right? The day that Charlie Kirk was unalived, I was scheduled to talk to Gary Vaynerchuk. And I have mixed feelings about Gary.
Yeah, because I remember looking him up, and he's the one that's right. He's got he's the entrepreneur.
He's an entrepreneur.
He had the wine business, right?
He had wine.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. He started wine.com. He started selling wines online. You're right about that. And then he parlayed that into, he was
business advice.
Yeah, business advice, hyping you up. Everybody's a CEO waiting to happen. Kind of, you can do it too. He's very positive about his messages, but he's not afraid to bust your balls about something, cut the mustard, but he's also very empathetic, and he seems to care at least a little bit in his interactions online. Okay, that doesn't mean he does in real life. That just means he does. By all accounts, seems like the nice version of Mr. Wonderful.
I was going to say from Shark Tank. Yeah.
Okay. All right. He's got his hands in everything. He was also big into NFTs when NFTs were around.
Right.
I think he's still big into NFTs. He's still pretending that that's going to happen, that's a thing. But they had him on, and it doesn't surprise me that they had him on. Everyone makes their way around everyone. And Gary all of a sudden starts showing up on these comedy podcasts, I think to get at the young male audience. That's my opinion. But I gotta say, this Podcast Cringe guy was right in the sense that this was kind of a train wreck of an interview. And here's the reason why, is because I think they brought him on hoping they would bring some marketing guru on that they could have some fun with. And what it ended up being was Gary giving them an hour-long training course on what they should do, advice for them, and how they should handle their business moving forward, up to and including Gary's new thing is everybody needs to be an Amazon affiliate, an Amazon shop. If you're making content, you need to be selling things on your content through Amazon affiliate. Now, this is very interesting because about 6 weeks ago on my Instagram, I got a message from Amazon, a direct message. You are now approved to be an Amazon affiliate. And I was like, oh, cool. What does that mean? And what it means is that I could, let's say,
recommend stuff.
Yeah, look at this cup. This cup is
and then you
lovely.
get a cut of the sales,
cup. Right? And then I could put a link to this cup right on the video or in the description or whatever. And then you go buy it, and I get a commission on it. And some of those commissions are good. Some are like 5%, but some are 50%, depending on what the product is and what deal Amazon has with those people. So Gary's whole new shtick is that everybody who's making content needs to be making content 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, needs to be cutting it up and disseminating it in every way, in every place ever possible. And then also needs to be putting links in the description to sell everything that you talk about or that you have inside of your studio or around you.
Okay.
All right. Now, fine. So Sam says, hey, Gary, don't you worry about overexposure. with stuff like this. And he said, Gary responds, overexposure is so 1987. Okay. All right. I lost you here, Gary, on this one. There are plenty of people that we know, comedians ourselves that we know that we've had on this show that are way overexposed.
Yeah.
They go on everywhere all the time just to make sure that their faces are still out there.
But you're hearing the same thing.
But you're hearing the same
over and over
fucking
again.
thing
Yeah.
over and over and over again from the same person, the same 12 stories. You're overexposed. No one wants to hear it anymore. They've already heard it. And if they haven't heard it, they're sick of seeing your face. You need to take a break. There is, look at that Taylor Swift. Like that. She's smart. You know why she's smart? Because you don't hear about her right now. Sure, there's lots of people who are paying attention to her every move.
Of course.
But the general public like me and Krissy, I don't hear about Taylor right now.
No.
There's no album. There's no big concert tour. There's no movie that's coming out that I know of. Yeah, she's dating that guy and they're getting married or whatever. That might be on pay-per-view. Who cares? All right. She is taking a break because her incredibly smart PR team probably, or her, sat down to them, had a big powwow. Let's do projections, a projections meeting where they said, I project people are going to start to hate you pretty soon. Yeah. People, I project public sentiment is turning not in your favor because you're too out there.
You gotta have a break.
Give you a break, right? Now, granted, being at a level of Taylor Swift is becoming increasingly harder and harder to do because of the fractured media ecosystem. It's hard to be a Michael Jackson. It's hard to be a Mr. T. It's hard to be a
Mr. T.
You remember Mr. T?
Of course.
Remember Mr. T?
Of course.
What you talking about?
Yep.
Yeah. What was that? Don't be a fool. Whatever he said, you know.
I pity the fool.
I pity the fool. That guy is a classic case of overexposure. He was on the A-Team. He was in a Rocky movie, and he was in wrestling. And
then every commercial.
Yeah.
Guest appearance.
And then he was on, the Willises. What was that?
Something with her. I just read something about his daughter. She's like on something else now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, don't make the classic mistake your dad did, which is all of a sudden he was showing up as a guest on every single half-hour sitcom that ever existed for years. You just show up and people go, Mr. T, and then he show up and go, I pity the fool, the whole thing. And people eventually were like, I pity the fool that has to watch this one more time. No offense to Mr. T. He was on every public service announcement. He was at every event and
you're right. That was back before the media was so fractured. So he
right.
literally was everywhere.
Yes. MTV Music Awards, videos with what's her name? Not Tina Turner. Who's the other one? Cyndi Lauper. He was everywhere. And you know what? People got sick of him. People got sick of that. And they were like, okay, all right, Mr. T, whatever. Right? He didn't bring himself out in doses. So Gary's advice is that in a fractured media ecosystem, you can't be overexposed because there's no mass media to make you overexposed. And I sincerely disagree with that. There is overexposure. And if you film every minute of your life and put it out in clips every 5 seconds, you taking a shit and then you're selling toilet paper for Amazon, I can promise you. Squatty potty. I can promise you, people are going to get sick of your shit. No pun intended. They're going to get sick of it. It's bad advice. It's just bad advice. You got to dole yourself out in doses. You notice how Krissy and I do that? 4 days a week for years on end. This turned into such a train wreck. Poor Sam and Mark were with him for like the first 20 minutes, but then it just turned into a sales pitch. And they were like, oh God, what did we do?
Let's wrap it up. That's all the time we have.
That's all the time we have for today.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think there also is it's okay not to put out an episode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every once in a while, if you have a bad one, just don't put it out. I think that's okay. I guess when you're Sam Morrill or Mark Normand and you have actual things to do outside of your podcast studio, that time becomes more valuable. But I am of the opinion that if you have a bad episode or a bad interview,
and when we say bad, our standards are already really low.
Yeah. So
it must be really bad.
There are episodes that are in the can, but they're going to remain in the can because if we think they're bad, then they're really bad. There are a few I wish I could go and I could take back too. Gary's not one of them though. Gary, I
remember that day.
It was an intense day.
Yeah, because you thought about canceling. Well, you heard about it right as the Charlie Kirk right as it had happened.
I remember the time, 3 p.m. He was
And
supposed
he
to be on.
said, let's get into it. Let's just go ahead and talk about
Well,
it.
we jumped on,
Mhm.
and it had just happened like 15, 20 minutes
Yeah.
earlier. The news had broke, and then he had just announced that he had died or was likely dead, right? And I jump on. Gary's there, and he says, "How you doing?" And I said, "I'm kind of shook up, actually." He goes, "I'm kind of
Mhm.
shook up too." And I said, "Listen, I'm not gonna be upset if you want to reschedule this." And he's like, "Do you want to reschedule this?" And I said, "I think I can power through, but I don't think I can ignore what's going on."
Mhm.
And he's like, "Well, then let's not ignore it. Let's address it." And I was like, "If you're good with that, I'm good with that." And so then we had a pretty deep and meaningful conversation about all of it, right? And it made me feel better. It really did, because I wasn't getting the salesy Gary.
Yeah,
I
I
was
was
just
gonna
getting
say,
like
there's the honest, raw.
a smart,
Mhm.
interesting, empathetic guy.
Mhm.
And so then afterwards, immediately, his people, his team are like, "We need the video of this
Oh, that's
immediately,
right. You
please.
told me
We need to
about
cut
that.
this up and put this out."
Yeah.
And so we immediately got it to him.
3
And
days
he
later.
immediately didn't put out anything. I was like, okay. Now, granted, fast-moving story, things were changing all the time. He may have saw fit just to keep out of it
Yeah.
because it got really out of hand really quickly.
It did.
And I can understand. He's got a brand to uphold. I don't. So, I was hoping for the big push from Gary, but I didn't
Yeah.
get it. But I don't blame the guy, because this was an interesting, weird series of events. But if I had $1 for every PR, every person who said, give me a clips, a clips.
Yeah, give that to me. I'll put it
Yeah,
out.
give me clips. I'll put it out
Mhm.
in a text message to my friend. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, we had a couple of people that put stuff out, but yeah, it was more the exception than the rule.
It was definitely the exception to the rule. And now, once you do this for all, you start to understand the game of overexposure, which is when one guest comes in, when they want to come in on the commercial break and they want to sit and talk to you, you feel excited that you want to talk to them also, because of, for whatever reason, you know them, you like them, they're interesting, they're famous, whatever it is. But then you also realize that they've been doing this for days on end with other podcasts. They are saying the same thing, even if you're a really smart, good interviewer like Krissy and I are. If they say the same thing, and then those clips continue to go around and around and around, same thing, different host or different studio or whatever it is.
I do have to say, looking back, I think that we did do a good job of not like, this is your life. And so that
Yeah.
gives more of the same answers and the same answers for each thing. We did a lot more of just like, hey, let's have a conversation.
Agreed. 100%.
Yeah.
I don't think we went down the same road a lot of people do.
hmm
But I also think that didn't make for good clickbait,
Yeah.
right? So for us, it didn't, and we didn't land any punches because we weren't trying to swing. So there was nothing on the end of that to like make a really good,
That's
solid,
true.
interesting, shareable clip. If I could do it all over again, I would do it the exact same way,
Mhm.
because I'm just not in it for the clickbait.
No.
Right? So, that it is what it is. We're not doing guests anymore, so who fucking cares? Why are we talking about it? I don't know. Fucking cares.
Gary.
Anyway, did you hear about the guy who was helping the Dolphins build a city down in Florida?
No, I did not.
You didn't hear about that?
Nope.
All right, well, let me tell you that story when we return.
I can't wait.
We'll be back.
Okay, you're probably wondering why I, Rachel, have taken over the voice duties at TCB. It's pretty simple. Astrid asked me to shut Bryan up, even for a minute. Well, lovely Astrid, your wish is my command. Do you want to help Astrid too? You know you do. Leave a message for her, or me, or Krissy at 212-433-3TCB. That's 212-433-3822. You can be on the show too. Just call and say something. Anything. Or text us and we'll text you right back. Promise. Then head over to tcbpodcast.com and get your free sticker. It's your constitutional right to a sticker, and we must abide. You get the point. Follow us on Instagram at The Commercial Break and watch all the episodes on video at youtube.com/The Commercial Break. Best to you and Astrid, especially Astrid.
Sean's in there holding court.
He
I love
is,
how
I love
Sean's
it.
our moderator.
He
for you.
is.
Yeah. Sorry, the fog machines are going in here.
Wait, we're not back on the.
Oh, wait, hold on. Okay. Well, that's all right. Why not? Yeah, there we go. All right. Hey.
And we're back.
And we're back. There's recently a story. It's going around TikTok. It's going around Instagram. It's going around your social media about a guy who was found on a beach down in Florida. I forget what part of Florida. Tate, Florida, something like that. And
Where's Tate, Florida?
I don't know where Tate, Florida is actually. Tate County or something. I don't know. I
Okay.
can't remember exactly. Don't worry about the details. Worry about the
The
details.
dolphins.
Yeah, worry about the dolphins, not the details. Guy was found on the beach, sunburnt, crusty, having trouble orienting himself, and someone called the cops. Cops show up, and they found that next to him, he had been drawing intricate drawings of a city-like map on the sand.
Okay.
And so at first they were like, oh, this guy's drunk or high or something, and the more that they talk to the guy, the more that they understand that he was dehydrated and seemed a little disoriented, but he didn't seem to be on any substances. He wasn't showing the classic symptoms of being drunk or being high, like, the eyes or the breath or whatever. And he goes on to explain that he's an underwater engineer, like some kind of engineer, an ocean engineer, or whatever you call it. And
I'm an underwater
a marine engineer. That's what
I'm
he
an
is.
underwater
I'm an
engineer.
underwater engineer. I engineer underwater. I engineer water under it. Under the water, that's where I engineer.
What do you do? I'm an engineer. What kind? Underwater.
Underwater. I go underwater. All right. The guy starts telling this incredible tale about how he decided one night that he was going to go to the beach, as he often does, just to go sit and clear his mind. And that he's walked in the water to get, cool off a little bit. When he walked in the water to cool off, a pod of dolphins came up. One of those dolphins started to communicate with him via clicks and noises.
Okay.
And he understood the dolphin as if he was speaking human English language to him. And the dolphin said his name was Gerald.
Well, that.
Hey, why not? Hey, listen.
I mean, Gerald's not the first
Gerald
thing I
the
would think
dolphin.
of.
Nope.
Is it?
Nope. I think like a fearless or something. Yeah. Harpoon.
Aurelia.
Something. Yeah, Aurelia. Gerald. Nope, Gerald. Okay. It's not
Okay.
Sisyphus. It's Gerald. You could call me Gerald. My friends call me Sisyphus. You can call me Gerald. So Gerald's talking and he says, I need your help building this underwater city for our friends. This is already so funny.
I need your help.
Okay, so Gerald.
Underwater engineer.
Yes. Yes, Gerald. What is it? An underwater city, you say? With a Starbucks and a Whole Foods? But no chicken section. Fresh fish the whole way through. All right. Got it. Thanks, Gerald. So Gerald says, come on down and help me figure out how I'm going to construct this. Or me and my friends, how we're going to construct this. And so Gerald puts Jason or whatever his name is in a bubble of air. And they go down to the bottom of the ocean. Where Jason is able to breathe. And he helps Gerald figure out how exactly they're going to get this done. And for 3 days back and forth, Gerald and Jason go. Gerald and Jason just traveling up and down, in and out, going down. And all time and space is lost. Jason doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't understand it, but whatever.
The city must be built.
The city must be built. Gerald needs help. What do you want me to do? Right. So, and then all of a sudden he wakes up and the cops are standing over him and there he is. He's been 3 days have been gone. 3 days have been lost. He's sunburnt. He's dehydrated. He hasn't eaten anything. They take him to the hospital, do the analysis on his blood. And they find that while there's no drugs or alcohol detectable in his system, what they do find is that he's got certain like high levels of nitrogen that you would have if you spent a lot of time underwater. And certain sea particles in his
What?
blood. I don't know. Don't ask me. Okay. So the cops chalk this up to, we don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Right? Whatever. We don't know. And now Jason is trying to hide from the public because he doesn't want to give away all the secrets, or he doesn't want to be, he's a little shy. He's embarrassed that he got this story.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So Jason and Gerald formed this relationship. And Gerald, the last thing that he remembers Gerald saying is, "I will be back. We're not done. I'll be back. We got to finish this project.
Go get some food and
go
some
get
water.
Go get some food. Take a break.
Yeah.
Come back on Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna need you to come back
We'll
down. Got it?
reconvene.
Yeah. Or we'll find you." And so Jason is currently in hiding. They can't find the guy, whatever. But they had a picture of him on this particular post that I saw. I've seen this post like 6 different places, by the way. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of comments, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of likes and shares. Unbelievable.
Gerald.
Yes. And people in the comment section are going crazy.
Oh,
Just
I
like the comment
bet.
section
I
here.
bet.
It's aliens. What do we do? I told you, dolphins are here. They're really ruling the earth. We're just blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
This has gotten so out of control that the Tate County Sheriff's Office had to put out a statement. Nowhere in any record system of ours do we have any written or otherwise evidence that there is a dolphin named Gerald or a guy named Jason found on our beach.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's a completely fabricated story
Oh.
by a couple of people, by someone on Reddit, and then a couple people on the internet went and made it into a reel. And it's getting shared millions of times. And I'm seeing it every fucking where. And the second that I started to hear this story and it lacked the details of exactly where this was, what is the guy's name? What is his last name? When C particles in your blood,
Yeah.
C particles in your blood, you can't have C particles in your blood. What are C particles anyway?
Salt?
Yeah. If you had nitrogen in your blood, you'd be dead. Like at a certain level, you'd be dead. Right? I mean, just like all this craziness, like there's no detail, there's no color. There's lots of color commentary. There's no
Yes.
black and white commentary on this story, but people are taking it at face value.
Of
And
course.
these content creators are getting hundreds of thousands of people following them. And they're just telling this fucking bullshit, facetious story. And it is a reminder to me that how careful I have to be when I'm out watching stuff, because it had me hooked for the first like 30 seconds. But then I started to wonder, wait, hold
Yeah.
on one second. A bubble, Gerald? Gerald?
I mean,
When Gerald the dolphin, I said Gerald the dolphin? Gerald. I started to get curious. But then when he said a bubble of air.
well, look,
that I could
anything can
breathe.
happen in Florida. We know that.
We know it.
So
For
there's
sure.
that. I don't, the story itself I could see somebody doing that maybe,
I can see somebody believing that.
Gerald.
Yeah.
The name Gerald,
Gerald,
though,
yeah.
is a giveaway.
I think so too. And the fact that they never named the man, but they had a picture of a sunburned guy that looked like he had been.
Oh, they
in
never
a
named the
mugshot.
man.
They never named the man, not his first name, not his last name. They
Mm.
said a county, but they never named exactly where. Like all the details were missing. And that's immediately my spidey senses were up. But this is not the first time that these kind of stories have been going
No.
around, especially when it comes to animals. Now I'm seeing all these AI generated animals.
Yeah.
Like I saw one today, a parrot laying on a road, all looks like it's dead. Somewhere down in South America, looks like it's dead. It's on a road, and its friend is standing there, squawking, and the dogs are barking at him. I found this parrot on the road, and his buddy wouldn't leave him. I tried to pick him up, and the parrot thought I was trying to hurt him, and the parrot's biting the person's hand. It's like first person camera view. But then they take the bird somewhere, and they nurse it back to health, and the two birds are together and they fly off. And 5 days later, they bring a ribbon, a red ribbon back to the window. Thank you for helping us. It's AI slop. It's not true.
Yeah, it's crazy. I
Yes.
was reading that, somebody said in the future, you're not going to believe everything that you see. It's going to be firsthand accounts.
Correct. Yes, you are gonna have to see it for yourself in your own eyes, in your own world.
Yeah,
Because now
not online.
everything is getting inundated with AI
Mhm.
crap. Now I'm saying AI doesn't have a place. It does. It's here. We got to figure out how to use it. But, just these stories that keep on like repeating
Yeah.
themselves and manufacturing themselves, and our gullibility to believe some of these things. I want to believe that Gerald the dolphin exists. I really do. It's not that I don't. I'm not heartless. I want Gerald to be down
Of
there
course.
building a
Yeah.
city with a Whole Foods and Starbucks that we're all going to get to visit, and a little air bubble sometime. We put sea particles in our blood and we can all go, But it's not true. It's not going to happen. Okay. But then I learned doing my research that did you know that it's illegal to communicate with a dolphin?
What?
It's illegal to communicate with a dolphin. It's actually illegal to be within 50 feet of a dolphin. And the reason why is the government doesn't want the wild dolphins to lose their fear of humans, number one. And number two, the government doesn't want us. It's been studied that dolphins are extremely intelligent animals,
yeah.
and that they can learn to communicate with other species like human beings. We see that in SeaWorld and the aquarium and all that. And the government doesn't want us changing their behavior.
Yeah.
So there's actually a law that you cannot communicate with dolphins. So, but
Well.
I'd love to.
I would too.
Gerald.
Gerald. Now, whenever I see a dolphin, I'm gonna think of that.
Me too. Gerald the dolphin.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to communicate with a dolphin.
I know when I was Jeff and I were down in Naples and went out to dinner one night, there was this place that had outside seating.
Yeah.
We were having dinner at night, and it had a little, inlet thing.
Yeah.
And all these dolphins were coming by. And
Were you at like the tin roof place?
no, I'd have to go back and look at the
What do they call that? The
thing.
the tin shop or the
No, but it was
tin city.
so sweet. Like
Oh, yeah,
all
yeah.
these little dolphins were coming up.
We saw them where Kevin got married. It was
Aw.
on an inlet, or what they would call an estuary, right? Or marsh, an estuary. And the sun was going down. It had just rained, so it was pink sky. And as the tide was going out,
they were jumping.
They weren't jumping. They were just moving. They were moving around the estuary right there in front of us. I was showing one of my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Dolphins are cool.
They are, and they shall inherit the earth when we fuck it all up. All right, keep your hats on. All right, keep your hats on. We're working on it. We'll be back tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. Hope you can join us. YouTube.com/The Commercial Break. If you're not following us, do so that way you get notified when we go live. I usually go live and give it like 5 or 10 minutes before we actually turn the music on. So that gives you a little bit of a heads up. So go follow us on YouTube, and that way you can get that little ding ding whenever that happens. And we'd all be excited to figure that out. All right. You can also follow us on Instagram at The Commercial Break. If you want to follow Krissy and I personally, I'm Bryan W. Green. She's TCB Krissy. You can catch us on TikTok too, also, additionally.
We're going to TikTok?
We now have a new TikTok
Okay.
because it's hard to explain, but now in order to get the benefits of being a business account, we had to change it's still... I'll tell you.
Okay.
In the show notes, I'll link it. I don't want to get it wrong. I can't remember exactly what it is. I think it's TCB Podcast still, but I had to change it. And if you want to get a hold of us, go to our Instagram, DM us. We'd love to hear from you. TCBpodcast.com. All the episodes, audio and video. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Love you guys.
Yes,
Sean,
love you, mean it.
Candle Cane, everybody.
Thanks for joining.
Okay, Krissy, I love you.
I love you.
Best to you.
Best to you.
Best to you out there on the podcast and streaming audience. Until next time, we do say, and we must say
Goodbye.
Bye, Birdie!